Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's go ahead and talk Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 15, Past Lives, Open Minds. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories. That came out weird. Thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video, and then hop into the comment section, and then maybe we can have a little fun because this episode was boring. So let's talk about what we saw. So Michael and Jasmina. So they are in the car on the way back from Vermont for the couples retreat, and they're talking about the medium. And Michael said he didn't expect his brother to be the one to come through. He thought it would be his mom or his grandmother. So Jasmina asked him, like, what was the medium talking about when she mentioned two people? And he was saying that how his brother got shot actually during a road rage incident where it was somebody in the front seat and somebody in the back seat that shot him. So that's where the two people comes into play. He asked Jasmina how did she feel about what the medium mentioned about her, and she said it's just crazy how the medium mentioned her having twins. So I'm wondering if the medium actually did more talking to the both of them, not just necessarily with Jasmina about what is going on. I'm sorry, with Michael, and maybe she did do more talking with Jasmina. They just didn't share it for time constraints. So this episode we know that they go back to their childhood homes and they read the letter that they wrote to their former self. Um so Jasmina is from Connecticut, and she goes and they drive past the house, which is the last place that she lived with her mom and her dad before they split. So then they go like up the street or so to her old school. I don't know if it was like a middle school or elementary school, but it was big. I said, this school is big as fuck. So she said that it was the safe place for her when things were rough at home. So she reads her letter to her former self, and she said, she mentions how her mom and her dad both left her. She was bullied as a child. She then mentioned that her first stepmother never left her, didn't like her. She then talks about how she had a teacher who changed her life forever by finally showing her some love. So the reason that she is a teacher now, because she wants to make school a safe place for a safe place for kids, the same way it was a safe place for her. So this is like, excuse me, really a story of like giving back, right? So this is a girl who, like, her upbringing was not the best. You know what I mean? She had three parents that failed her before finally, her second stepmother who took her in and has raised her and loved her. So she wants school to be that safe place. She wants to give back, the same positive experiences that she was able to get herself. So, I think that's great. And we finally see some like real emotion from her. She kind of breaks down at the end. And I think Jasmina just has this super, super tough exterior to hide the pain that she is going through. No one can say that they will be okay with having that many adults turn their back on them. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing for your parents, you're in a happily married home, and then your parents divorce and your mom leaves, and then your dad gets remarried, and then that this new woman doesn't like you, doesn't love you, doesn't care for you. So then your dad remarries, and then your dad leaves. It's like, what type of shit is that? And then your second stepmother is left to raise you. So like, I feel bad for Jasmina. um I do. I'm not gonna say she's been awful through this process. She was rough, okay, the first month of their marriage, but she's at least trying, right? That's the least we can say. She's trying. So Michael, we see his childhood home, and it's the last home that he shared with his mom. And then they go around the corner to a park that is like in the area close to his house, and he was saying how his brother would get him up every morning at like 7 o'clock, and they would come and like work out and do stuff around the park. And at that time, he didn't understand why. Like, why do we have to wake up this early? Why do we have to go do this? And he said that in hindsight, like it was something that he needed, and he appreciated, his brother for doing that. He also, so Jasmina asked him, did his mom ever come and like just kind of walk around? And he mentions no, how they always wanted to get her out there to, just kind of hang out around the park while they were there, but it just never happened. Michael shockingly didn't get emotional because Michael B, them eyes be red, boy, every chance he can get, because he has had he's had a hard go of it. So he reads his letter, and it's kind of the same stuff that we have seen from him, where talking about all the losses that he suffered, but he did point out that to his younger self, that even though you have a lot of losses and it seems like life is hard, life is not all bad. There are still some good moments in there. There are still some good moments left to come. You know what I mean? So I mean, I feel just bad for Michael just as a person. Like, to have that many losses and that back to back, you can see that it's just made him kind of jaded. But it's good to see him finally open up now, to a point where, even though him and Jasmina aren't where he was probably hoping that they would be, I think it has allowed him to open up and to start to trust people a little more. And he might, like, I feel like the next relationship he gets into, because let's be real, this marriage ain't gonna last. The next relationship he gets into might be for the better with him. So Dr. Pepper comes over to their house, and Jasmina said that the turning point in their relationship was when Dr. Viviana had them do that exercise with the blindfold, where they ask the questions, you give a nice, truthful, honest answer, blindfolded, because that shake all fear and anxiety about answering. She says since then there have been no conflicts. They've been getting along good. She feels that Michael now naturally talks about himself. She doesn't have to like pull at him to get any type of emotion or information from him. Michael said that he is unlearning having to handle things on his own. He's used to being super strong and keeping his feelings to himself, and just like, you know, I can't think of the word, recoiling, I guess is the word, recoiling into himself when things are going on. And he's now realizing that he has Jasmina, like he has a person that he can lean on during those moments. Jasmina is unlearning her independence. She, for so long, she's kind of felt like she has to do everything on her own. And like, you don't have to. You have Michael for it. To kind of help you out. So they then talk about their timeline for kids. Um, Michael thought they were thinking more 2.5 to 3 years. Jasmina was like a year and a half, but Jasmina just means she wants to start trying within 18 months. And Dr. Pepper said, how are y'all trying? Because that's what I want to know too. Y'all talking about kids, but y'all can't even kiss. What is going on? So Jasmina said that they aren't physical because she's just not there yet. She doesn't have that urge to run up and kiss him. But she understands that like they are kind of physical, because Michael was holding her hand in his sleep the other night, and other type of stuff. I feel like Michael might just need to lean in and kiss her or do something to that effect. I don't think she would hit him or like cuss him out, but he might just have to try. So then Michael said that it's hard being with somebody who doesn't really see you physically in that way, but he can't force physical interaction with her. He said he just has to keep doing everything that she's asking of him to do as a husband, and hoping that maybe that connection will grow. But y'all have 1 week left. It's not gonna happen, sweets. It's not. And that was Jasmina and Michael. I think they should. I think they can walk away from this both being friends. There's no need for them to walk away with any animosity. I can't see like the reunion being uber messy or anything like that for them, because I feel like they're on the same they're on the same playing field right now. It just kind of sucks because I wonder if they would have started off with this good path and not spend so much time, going back and forth about how do I talk to you? Just talk to me. How do I talk to you? You just like, you know what I mean? If they wouldn't have done that entire month going back and forth with that, I do wonder where they would be in their relationship now. Would they be further along? Would she have more of a connection to him? Would she have deeper feelings for him? I also think that Jasmina just does not know what deep feelings and connections are because all of her relationships have always been long distance. So I think Jasmina doesn't necessarily know what it feels like to have a connection with somebody that's right in front of your face. That could really, really, really be the issue. But we will find out, Lord have mercy, when it's decision day, because I'm over it. Over it. Catch y'all in the next one.